What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Octopath Traveler 2. So we're here in Conning Creek, and we're going to do Osvald's Chapter 3. In his Chapter 1 and 2, just to recap, he was in prison and he had to escape. And we also know that this guy burned down Osvald's house and he lost his wife and kid. So Osvald's story so far is about revenge against the guy who took out his wife and kid. Finally, Osvald is free of Frigid Isle, taking revenge upon Harvey, the man who framed him for the murder of his own wife and child, is all he can think of as he makes his way back to Conning Creek, where his home once stood. Alright. Chapter 3. Osvald Chapter 3. It's the first Chapter 3 as well.
All I had was right here.
The reason I did this one is because we still have, I think, one more Chapter 2 to complete. But this is the lowest level. This was level 18. So I just did this one first.
And in the blink of an eye, it was taken from me.
I basically do the lowest level chapters first. Or whatever the lowest level is, I just go to there first.
Harvey. I shall have my revenge on you! Where is he hiding? I've no idea where he went after the fire. Perhaps there's some trace of him where my home once stood. And one other matter weighs heavily on my mind. Right then, to work.
Yep, gotta find Harvey. Oh, travel banner. Osvald. Did they feed you well in prison? Of course not. I dare not think about it. They muzzled me. Then how did you eat? I tore the bread up into little pieces and shoved it through a tiny hole in the thing. That sounds horrible. Must have been tough not being able to talk. You couldn't even sing. What a nightmare. Yeah, and it was a long period of time too. Well, seeing as I don't sing normally, that part wasn't a great loss. There's a chest over there now. There wasn't a chest there before.
My home. 5 years ago, it was reduced to ash.
By Harvey.
I ventured into the nearby forest to be alone with my thoughts. It was part of my daily routine. A bad habit. When I returned, everything was gone.
Yeah, Harvey really screwed over Osvald. Like, he took everything from Osvald. Just took his wife, his kid, and destroyed his home. And on top of that, Osvald got arrested too. And was in prison for years. So you can imagine how much frustration he has built up.
I was seized by the town guards. And haven't been back since.
Welcome home, my dear. I see the conference was a rousing success.
Indeed. Forgive me for being away so long. Oh, Helena, my dear.
Aren't you tired? Let me take your things.
They're a bit heavy for you yet, but I appreciate the offer.
Such a kind kid, trying to help her father.
Here, take this instead.
What a pretty pen! Thank you, Papa!
I searched all over, and I'm sorry to say I found nothing better to give you.
Come now. When else can you bury yourself in your studies if not at a conference?
Come, Elena. There is math to teach you.
Yay!
Oh, you too.
Papa, wait! Aren't you forgetting something?
Am I?
You didn't say I'm home yet.
I'm home. It's so quiet now. Time to search for clues. Harvey and I both sought the one true magic. He wanted my research, no doubt, which would lead him to my study.
Alright. Gotta go inside Oswald's study. So we have to go back around here. And I swore this chest was not here before. I didn't see it in the last episode.
As I suspected, my study is intact. And what's more, he's stolen every last one of my formulae. Were they ordinary spells, I would not miss them. The one true magic, however, requires vastly more complicated calculations. I built those equations myself. All but the last missing piece.
Yeah, and then he betrayed you and stole it.
Harvey, however, took a different approach. So why did he want my formulae?
You there. Who are you?
Who is this? Some woman. The woman's voice, anyway.
Oh my. Oh my.
Lady Clarissa, my assistant. It's been quite some time. It is I, Osvald. Have you looked after the study during my prolonged absence?
Osvald? You? What a fanciful tale. Osvald is locked away on Frigid Isle.
No, I am here. I have escaped, as you can see.
What proof have you?
She doesn't remember him, apparently.
You think me an imposter?
You have his figure, but that is not enough. The research gathered here is a pile of riches to the people of this town. There are ruffians who would go so far as to impersonate Osvald if it meant stealing his work.
What peculiar reasoning.
One cannot arrive at the truth without considering every possibility. That is what the Osvald I know told me. Now. The real Osvald would know how to withstand my magic. And so the result of this duel shall determine whether you be true or not.
My dear assistant, you never were the type to let go of a pet theory. Very well. I have no choice but to help you test your hypothesis and give you your answer.
Alright, here we go.
Time to dance the night away.
It's boss time.
Here I come.
Against Lady Carlissa. Well, I don't know if this is a boss or not, but I think she is.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Weak to spear, okay. And dagger, okay, so spear, dagger, and lightning.
Calculations complete.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Let's do it! Much appreciated.
3,800. Got an extra 643 as well.
Now then.
Now it begins.
Thinking time.
Oh, I confused him. It's kind of annoying. See, I'm trying to... Oh yeah, I want the barrage. There we go. Let's do that.
Alright.
Gotta remove that confusion somehow. I don't know if I have anything to remove it or not.
Here you go.
Herbal clarity.
My turn.
Try again.
Do... I got something to boost intellect, so I'm gonna do that. Physical defense, elemental attack. Oh, but I only have 2 of them. Have any other ones that boost elemental attack? I have that, but we have 4 of them. I got non-rotten meat. That's probably worth it. It poisons
This
them.
wasn't in my calculations.
Poison him just to... Alright. This is the turn here.
Won't wanna miss this. Forgive me.
Calculations complete. Let me show you what I've learned.
Lightning blast.
Roar, thunder.
6,000 damage. Not bad.
Study harder.
Okay, I don't know if that was a boss or not, but I'll probably put it in the all bosses video. More than likely. Alright, got something. I got an item there too. I didn't see what it was though. Wasn't paying attention.
Magnificent.
Are you satisfied?
Such power. Yes, you could be none other. Welcome
Oh, man,
back,
that's so
Osvald.
That reminded me of something when she said such power. So I had like some groceries, right? And I was coming out of the Dollar General and It was pretty heavy groceries. So I put them on the ground, right? Just I was taking a little bit of a break. Anyway, I was like, all right, I'm done with my break, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up the groceries. And I was like, such power, right? And there was somebody behind me who heard me say it. I was referencing, I was just basically talking to myself or whatever. I didn't think anybody would actually hear me. I didn't even mean to say it out loud, really. And yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. What I was referencing though was I was referencing Soul Nomad and the World Eaters. When you do like the special attack or whatever with the main character, he says such power.
Thank you. I hope I haven't injured you.
If that were enough to exhaust me, I would have no choice but to forfeit my position as your assistant. I have always believed you were innocent, you know.
Oh? On what grounds?
On the grounds that you are who you are.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
I am delighted to see you still take things far too seriously. So, why have you returned?
To search for Harvey. I see he left no trace here.
Harvey.
You, Osvald, were the only scholar of magic present at the scene. That was the justification provided for the guilty verdict. Yet there Harvey was, standing before me while everything burned. And still they insist he was not there. So I must also suspect the guard unit that restrained me. I shall investigate their ties to Harvey. Your husband was a guard, yes? Might he know anything?
No, I'm afraid not, Osvald.
Then I shall ask the townsfolk.
What will you do once you've investigated this case?
Get revenge. He didn't want to say it though. We scholars feel an innate desire to seek out answers, and yet. Alright, so here, speak to the townspeople. There's a chest over here now, too. Again, I don't think that was there before, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just blind. I mean, that could be a thing. Some of the guards who had been serving for a long time were recently discharged. They were then regrettably replaced by ruffians from the eastern continent. People say it was all Captain Stenvar's doing. I can't stand him. He acts like he owns this whole town. Okay. A man named Stenvar has been in charge of this town's guard for a few years now, but no one has a kind word to say about him. I heard he has secret ties to some strange scholar. Probably Harvey then. Supposedly someone saw the two meeting before the incident 5 years ago. Have you seen the ruins to the east side of town? There used to be a house there, but it burnt down. The guards investigated the incident for only a few days before calling it quits. You think they'd need at least a couple of weeks to get to the bottom of something so horrible? Yeah, tell me about it. But they didn't do their job properly.
The guards are my best lead. It was Stenvar, their captain, who ordered me investigated. It is my understanding he had a clandestine meeting with Harvey before the incident. He ought to still be at the guard's main outpost. I shall seek him out.
Alright. Clarissa, what are you doing here?
Lady Clarissa.
You aim to have your revenge. Is that it?
Yeah, of course. You would probably get revenge too if you were in his shoes. I know I would. And I'm sure anybody watching this video would feel the same way. But you guys can feel free to leave a comment saying you disagree. But in my opinion, I'm with Oswald here.
Do you remember my husband?
Ethan? How could I forget him? He referred you to me.
He passed away not long after the incident. He washed up in the harbor. They claim he took his own life.
Oh no, but I bet it was Harvey who did it.
He'd no reason to do such a thing, and the guards never investigated further.
Yep. We know what
Before
happened.
the incident, well, it felt like he knew something.
That Harvey's a real monster, isn't he?
Death.
Nothing begets nothing. Those are your words. Revenge is nothing, Osvald. It is empty and hollow.
So, that kind of, like, it doesn't really do anything, right? Like, what? So, here's the thing. I'm assuming, right, that Oswald is going to finish Harvey, right? So, that's what you would do in revenge, right? And that does kind of make sense that it doesn't really do anything, because if you finish Harvey off, well, he can't really be punished for what he did, you know? So in that case, yeah, the revenge is useless. And most of the time, that's what you're going to do when you get revenge, right? So yeah, I guess I could see that point of view as well. That it doesn't really do anything because you finish the person off, well, they're not going to be punished. I mean, they're just gone, you know? I'm trying to be as PG as possible in this as well. So I'm not really saying like the M word or whatever on YouTube. So, but yeah, I could see that point of view as well. But I also don't think that people should get away with their bad actions as well. So I'm still with Oswald, I think, but I could see her point of view as well.
Even so, I must go.
It's easy to say, like,
Stenvar, captain of the guard.
it's easy to say, like, Oswald shouldn't do what he's planning to do, but you also aren't in his shoes as well, and you haven't been through all the stuff that he's been through. Or at least I would hope not, anyway. So I can only imagine his pain and all that stuff, you know? Just put yourself in Oswald's shoes and try to understand where he's coming from, because that's a lot. Like, that Harvey dude did a lot to him.
I must go to the outpost at which he's been stationed.
Like, you could just say, like, let Karma do it. Let Karma do her. Let Karma take care of it, you know? But I don't think Karma, like, always... I think Karma targets certain people, you know? I do believe in Karma, but I believe that it only targets certain people. Like, if a good person that's been good their most of their life does wrong, then it'll get that good person. But if a bad person, like, does something bad again, then they won't be targeted as bad as the good person. The good person gets targeted, I feel, more for doing bad things than a bad person would get for doing something bad, So if like someone's constantly doing bad things, and they do something else that's bad, karma won't get them, Karma tends to target good people, and from my experience anyway. Like good people have to be good all the time, but bad people can be constantly bad and not really face any consequences, That's just that's just how I feel. Um, but we got new travel banner here. Say, partner, how'd you come to know that couple? Long ago, a thief broke into my laboratory. It was none other than Ethan who apprehended the intruder. He caught a glimpse of my research and recommended his wife as an assistant. As it turns out, she had also been researching the seventh source. Also, Carissa became your assistant, despite my insistence that I had no need of help. He wore me down over a month of visits, darkening my door with his head bowed. Why'd he go that far, I wonder? To this day I know not, but he would not tell me. Early and often, Carissa had ceased her own research in order to support me, and that troubles me. Ah, I see what happened. Folks are at their best when they've got work that gives them purpose. And I reckon Ethan wanted to see his wife, and wife had the same. What a peculiar reason. I don't think I follow. You would think a scholar would be able to understand that, but I guess not. Alright, so we're at about, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here actually. But this is my take on everything. Oswald, please listen to me. Revenge is nothing. It is empty. And again, I understand her point of view. I get that. But Oswald's also been through so much by that Harvey guy. And, like, it'd be hard not to get revenge, So, I'm still for Oswald. That's just my take on the whole situation. Yeah, if Oswald finishes off Harvey, right, it'll all mean nothing because he'll be gone, right? Harvey needs to be locked up, in prison. That's what needs to happen. But will it happen? I don't know. Or will Oswald just finish him off? But I could see why he's getting revenge, and I understand that. And I would do the same thing if I was an Oswald choose. But on the counter argument to that, like she said, if Oswald does finish him off, I mean, yeah, he'll be relieved that he got revenge and all that, but it won't really matter because Harvey's not going to be there to understand the pain that he caused, If Harvey's alive and, like, Oswald's, like, beating the crap out of him or whatever, so to speak, and he's going to regret his decisions. He's going to wish he didn't do that to his wife and kid, But if he's gone, there's no punishment, So, that's just my take on the whole situation. I'm trying to analyze the situation as much as possible. I try to do that every now and then. And if a storyline like interests me, which Oswald's storyline definitely interests me the most out of all the characters so far. It's the most deep storyline so far. And I just have some opinions on it, you know. And that's just my take on the whole situation. It's a touchy subject though, you know, because like revenge is not really something you really want to be doing, you know. Because another thing, like he gets revenge on Harvey, heck, he might get arrested again, you know. He might go back to prison. As another side effect of getting revenge, you know. You're not gonna be the one suffering too, you know. Whereas if you just let the person get away with what they did, you won't have any consequences, you know. But if you go and get revenge, you're going to end up getting yourself locked up or whatever, you know. So there's a double-edged sword to everything that you do in life. And you have to make either the right decision or the decision that would make you happy, which revenge would make you happy, obviously. But then again, you get consequences, you know. Consequences for every action that you take, I think, is the right way to end this video. I think that every action that you take in life, there is consequences, and unfortunately, if you get revenge, it may not end very well for you. But it may make you happy, but it'll only make you happy temporarily. You're going to get punished, and then you're going to regret doing what you did. So that's another counter argument to the whole Oswald story. If he gets revenge, he's going to get punished. So we'll see how it plays out. But I'm for Oswald. I think he went through so much that I think he pretty much has to get revenge, because it was just so much that Harvey did to him. So I'm still sticking with Oswald. That's just my take on the whole situation. But you can feel free to agree with Clarissa. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Later.